guys, and welcome back to a brand new episode of Ringside Recap. I am your host, Ninja the Ninja, and let's get started with a brand new week of wrestling. Okay, guys, we are back with a brand new episode of Monday Night Raw, and tonight I feel like this is going to be a okay Monday Night Raw. I don't really expect too much going on this Raw. I'm pretty sure we might get a Liv Morgan and Stephanie Valkyrie conversation because last week Liv got ambushed by Stephanie when walking out with Dominic Mysterio. So I'm pretty sure them two are going to have some type of standoff because they really haven't had a standoff for the championship as much as Rhea and Jade has. So I am wondering if they're going to start doing that. The only thing they really done for them is just having that interview that Stephanie crashed a couple weeks ago. But hopefully we see more of them. And I am also excited because we're going to see Brock Lesnar and also Obafemi is also going to be in the same building, as well as we're going to definitely get another CM Punk and Roman Reigns standoff. I know I've been saying this week after week that I am tired of them. I think they done this WrestleMania hyping too early for us, so now it's starting to get kind of irritating or boring a little bit. I don't know. I get tired of seeing them every week just fight. Like Roman calls CM Punk old, and CM Punk's calling Roman a part-timer, and someone said about something that someone said about CM Punk's dog, and then CM Punk started talking about Roman Reigns' father that passed away a couple years ago. I mean, they're just kind of just pulling things out of a hat to make it interesting until WrestleMania. But they done this too early. Now everybody's getting a little bit tired of it because I see it on my Instagram and my TikTok. Everyone's getting tired of it. Some people are getting tired. Of course, half people like it, but it's getting annoying. And I know that tonight there's going to be a couple of tag team championships defending tonight. I know it's going to be the men's and the women's. So I guess they're going to be okay. I don't know. I'm not really too excited for either of the match tonight. Cause these past couple Mondays really hasn't been too good to me. Kind of a little bit boring, but hopefully it'll be better the next couple weeks because we're less than 20 days away now from WrestleMania. So hopefully everything will be back where it needs to be and everything will be better. So after all that, let's get started with the show. So y'all, the show opens up with Cody Rhodes, and I was confused on why he was even on Raw, but then they explained that since the first time that WWE was in Madison Square Garden, the WWE Championship has been on it, so that makes sense why Cody is there. But Cody goes out this crowd, do his Cody thing, he just hypes up the crowd, and before he can even get a word out of his mouth, we have the future Hall of Famer Stephanie McMahon marching to the ring. Now, we haven't even seen Stephanie McMahon in a ring like this talking in years, since the whole Vince scandal that still happening to this day. She comes to the ring marching, got it was not really her brand new theme song, but it's a more rock version of that song. It was more hip hop at first. I don't know if y'all remember, but that's how it was. But she comes out and basically tells Cody me and you and Randy, we are, multi-generational wrestlers, superstars. And, you know, we've been down there in Madison Square Garden since Andre the Giant and all them. But I'm here to tell you that you're not facing the same Randy that you know. And he's listening to all the voices. And he's beckoning the voices and everything under the sun. And Cody is sitting there like, Stephanie, I know everything he's done. I've seen everything. I was with him for most of it. He was punting my father, your father, and even you. And Stephanie kind of did not like that. And she smacked Cody. But it wasn't like her normal slap. You know, Stephanie just slapped the mess out of people. I used to hear it on the microphone. But she didn't really do a hard slap this time. But it was just basically Stephanie giving Cody some, like, encouragement and tough love. Like, you are not ready for what is happening right now. Randy is a brand new Randy. This is a brand new version of Randy. And you don't know about who he's talking to. Now, I was like, ooh. To be want to know who is he really talking to on this phone. I'm thinking it's going to be Ric Flair or Batista. But now since Stephanie came out and it's really random for her to come out and talk about this, it could be. I'm going to throw it out here. I'm going to throw it out there. I'm going to throw it out here. It could be Vince. It could be Vince. Or, I think I also said Evolution, but you got to get Triple H back into the ring just to do like maybe one pedigree and that's it. But we don't know who he's talking to. I can kind of see an Evolution rerun at WrestleMania, but I don't know. But that segment was just her basically warning Cody and trying to give him a little bit of tough love, like, hey, you gotta prepare for this. This is gonna be one of the biggest matches of your life, and it might be the last time you even holding that championship for a while if Randy wins it. So that was that part of the segment, which I was really shocked about. Was not expecting Stephanie to be there, but it was good to see her. I think this was a good start of the show. It really, no one expected to see her, but yeah. So then we get a quick little Danhausen thing, because Speed was there. Speed was like, oh my god, Danhausen uncurse me. And Danhausen with his list of demands, like, hey, give me $1 billion, put me on your streaming services, or give me a cameraman. I don't know. I feel like every time I talk about him, I feel like I'm hating on the man. I'm not hating at all on Danhausen. Not at all. People love him. I yet to like him yet. Like, it just, nothing really is clicking for me to enjoy him right now. But I feel like I'm hating while talking about that man. I'm not hating at all. I'm not. Please don't think I am. But that was just I think a little segment just to show that Speed is there. And that's it. But I got a question. Do y'all see in the back, if y'all ever get to watch Monday Night Raw, or if they're gonna post a clip of the whole conversation, there's Javon Evans and Kofi in the background having a conversation. They used to do this back in the day. It's like they're kind of trying to set up something for them, but we already know that Kofi is trying to recruit Javon, and Javon is like, no. But I love that they're doing this. I feel like they're doing it on purpose, because they've been doing it a lot with a couple of other wrestlers. I remember seeing, I believe it was like Austin Theory and Maxine Dupree one time. I wonder if they're trying to like start some drama or rumor, trying to see if it picks up steam so they can incorporate it and see people will like it or not. I don't know. That's just my theory. I don't know. But what do y'all think? What do y'all think is going to happen between Stephanie and Cody? I think Stephanie might get involved. Now I think about it, she might get involved. So who knows? So guys, we had the first match of the night. It was for the World Tag Team Championships. It was the Usos versus the Vision. And the match was pretty good. It was a New York street fight. So anything could happen. So you had tables, you had trash cans, you had kendos. It was a pretty good match. I liked the match. It was pretty nice. And then, remember I said earlier they're gonna show I Show Speed there. He was there. He accidentally got involved with the match. So Logan was trying to go get, the gold knuckles that he be using from his mom that was in the crowd. So I Show Speed was trying to stop Logan from doing it, and Logan ended up pulling Speed in the match, because I forgot to say that LA Knight was also there, but he was a guest commentator. LA Knight tried to stop Logan from getting them and trying to use them, but end up I Show Speed got a hand of him and accidentally punched LA Knight in the face, and then Logan got him back and ended up hitting Jimmy in the face, and Austin 3 went for the pin, and now the new World Tag Team Champions. So I don't know how I feel about this. The division is, like I said, they're okay, since they don't have Bronson or Braun there. Just kind of, they're trying to keep them irrelevant somehow, but I don't know. I wonder how Paul's gonna feel that now they're tag team champions, but I guess he had other fish to fry. He also got to worry about Brock tonight, and then also Steph is probably there somewhere. So I don't know, but the Vision is the new tag team champs. I'm pretty sure they're probably gonna go against the Usos for the championship again at WrestleMania. I'm pretty sure, but we'll see within the next couple weeks how it's gonna happen. And I wonder if I Show Speed is going to be with them, because Logan did say, hey, they're going to get you because now you accidentally evolve yourself. So I guess we're going to see what that's going to be this WrestleMania. So y'all, the next segment of the night, which I called earlier, that Liv Morgan came to the ring and addressed Stephanie Valkyrie by saying that, you jumped me last week. I don't care if you hurt me, but don't hurt my family. As she's talking about Dominic Mysterio. And basically say that don't be mad because I have family here and you don't. And goes on and says something in Spanish about Stephanie's mother. I don't know what she said, but I'm pretty sure somebody is going to translate it later on social media once I see it. So then, Stephanie comes out and she starts beating up Liv Morgan, and Liv starts beating up on her. And just before Stephanie was about to hit Liv with a chair, Roxanne Perez comes back from injury and jumps Stephanie and helps Liv, and then Liv hits her with the Oblivion or Oblivion, something close like that. Hits her with that, and that was pretty much it. I guess to shock the world with Roxanne saying that she's back. I called this earlier that they was going to do something like this. But they could have done without this. I don't think we needed this. It wasn't as big as I think they was trying to. I mean, it had a little bit of a pop, but I'm thinking it had a pop because they are in Madison Square Garden, so it's gonna be loud. It's gonna be, electric. And then after that, we see the Vision celebrating, and Speed is also there, and he's like, I didn't mean to do that. And Logan's like, it doesn't matter if you mean to do it. You done it, and now we're the champions. And they're trying to celebrate, and Speed is like, no. And then Paul Heyman comes around, and Paul is like, oh my God, take him out to dinner. The Vision's going to protect you from the Usos, because they're going to come after you, and this, that, and the third, and I don't know. I guess this is going to be something to do with WrestleMania, like I said earlier. But I wonder what they're going to do for Speed. I wonder if Speed going to take another big hit like he's been doing for the past couple years at WrestleMania or at any um, pay-per-view, PLE, however you want to call it. I think it's better to say pay-per-view. So I'm excited what they're gonna do for Speed. I don't know. Let's go see. So the next match of the night was for the Women's Tag Team Championships. We had Nia Jax and Lash Legend versus Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. Now this match was a pretty good match. It was a good match. Little slow at first. It was kind of a little bit slow, but it started to pick up a little bit towards the end of the match. But of course, it didn't end how I would want it to, because the Bella Twins and Charlotte and Alexa came out and they interfered in with the match, and that was it. So Nia and Lash Legend end up keeping their championships and are still the women's tag team champions. I kind of don't like that they're interfering with the championship matches. Like, the whole crowd was booing, so y'all ruined a segment that could have been good, and they should have had just let Nia and Lash won the championships. To retain them, I'll say. Retain the championship and carry that on to WrestleMania. Then y'all can fight and squabble all into WrestleMania, and that would have been much easier. But it seemed to be Nikki Bella seemed to be okay. I did see earlier that she was in a boot, an ankle boot. So maybe she's okay. I'm pretty sure she's gonna be fine to WrestleMania. She probably won't do too much craziness, but she wasn't doing nothing crazy anyway. But yeah, that was it. And I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Lash looked so good today. I love Lash Legend. I think she should have been just a singles competitor. I said this a couple weeks ago, maybe last month, 2 months ago. I think that Lash should have been a singles competitor. I don't like that she's tagged with Nia. Nothing against Nia, but I think she'd be so much better as a singles competitor. I think she has it. I think she probably could have had been what Jade is now, but be better, because she's a little bit more technically sound than Jade, because Lash is also a pretty big woman, like size woman, and I don't know. I really wish they made her a singles competitor. I think she'd been better, but who knows? Alright, y'all. So the next segment, we have Brock Lesnar, Paul Heyman, both marching to the ring. Paul is over here singing the praises of Brock Lesnar as he normally does. But the thing that is different this time, Brock Lesnar has his ring gear on. And he's ready for a fight. And Paul Heyman was coming up with these excuses for Brock. 2 weeks ago, Brock wasn't ready. He wasn't ready for Femi to do what he did. He was distracted by Seth Rollins. That was excuse number one. Number two, it was just the same old. He disrespected him. He wasn't ready. Once again, saying that he wasn't ready. He wasn't, capable of doing what he got to do for Femi. But Brock ended up taking the microphone and calls Femi and tells him to come out. So the crowd is going crazy. The crowd is going wild. Madison Square Garden, the loudest I think I heard anybody in a minute. So Femi comes out. The whole arena is rocking. When y'all go back and hear the videos and stuff, it was rocking. And Femi coming down to the ring, doing his Femi strut down the ring. I mean, it was monstrous. Now, before this even started, GM Adam Pearce tried to get involved. He tried to stop it, but Femi ended up pushing Adam into the barricade and was just stalking Brock Lesnar, making him wait. Now, how long have we ever seen someone make Brock Lesnar wait? So he was waiting in the ring for Femi. Femi started creeping up into the ring, and they was face to face, neck to neck, about to go into it. And then Triple H. Now, Triple H, he was in Paul mode. He wasn't in Triple H mode. He was in Paul mode. He slid in that ring just as nice. Triple H said, I still got this. I can still slide in the ring. This is perfect. He slid in that ring. This is smooth. And got in between Brock Lesnar and Oba and saying, like, no, don't do this here. This is WrestleMania. And yada, 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 yada. Whatever the microphone could pick up, whatever Triple H was saying. And then end up, Brock Lesnar walked away. He picked up the steel steps and end up, punt faking them like he was going to throw it at Oba. But that didn't really happen. But he ended up picking up a poor security guard that already got wiped up by Oba Femi as Oba Femi was coming down to the ring. And F5 the poor security man. If y'all know, like, people who do not know, most of the security people that WWE brings out to the arenas, or not arena, but the ring, they're like indie wrestlers or even like young aspiring wrestlers or just like in NXT that no one knows yet. They pose them because they know how to take a hit and they won't kill somebody for real. So that was that. And y'all, I am very excited for that match. That is going to be a good match if WWE does not mess up that match. If they mess it up, it's going to be a uproar. Do you know how bad people have been waiting for this match since the beginning of the beef between them two? If WWE somehow screws this up, it's going to be trouble. And they're going to hate it. And it's not been the first time that WWE hyped up a match so big and screws it over. It's not even the first time. But if they do with this one, people are going to be hot. They're going to be so mad. And I'm going to be bad with them. Because I'm definitely going to do a review on WrestleMania both nights. Not sure about a pre-shows. I'm not sure what the pre-shows. I don't really watch pre-shows like that. But I'll think about it when the time gets there. But if they mess that match up, it's going to be trouble. It's going to be problems. But that's probably the best segment of the night. That's probably only going to be the best segment of the night. I'm not sure what Roman and CM Punk going to do. Honestly, I don't really care as much anymore because it's getting to the point. It's like, okay, it's getting too watered down. But that is going to be the best moment of the night. But we'll see. I'll tell you later on what is going to happen. I don't know. So, y'all, the next match of the night, we had Penta versus Kofi for the Men's Intercontinental Championship. And, of course, Grayson Waller was with Kofi, trying to give him encouragement. And the match was okay. Now, this match was not really, to me, an exciting match as much as Penta's matches have been for the past couple weeks. This one was pretty lackluster to me. It really didn't do nothing for me. I was expecting Penta to do a little bit more than what he normally do, but I think they're trying to hurry up and speed up the show because it's as the time is going, it's 9:46 and they've been stopping their show at like 10:30, so I think they're trying to rush it, trying to get everything going. But yeah, so Penta won and he retained his championship. But then we get a quick little segment with Jackie, and Jackie basically just asked Penta, does he have any plans for WrestleMania with the championship? And Penta was like, yeah, I'm going to put my title above the ring, and it's going to be a ladder match for the Men's Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania, which I think this is going to be, I think it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one. I think it's going to be a good match. Now, it's probably going to be like the middle of the day match probably, or probably starting off to get the show popping off. But I think it's going to be a good match. I'm not really sure if I think Penta's going to retain it. But I don't know. Guess we'll see at WrestleMania. We just need to know who's going to be in the match with Penta. So I'm pretty sure within the next, last couple weeks we have left, they're going to start doing matches to see who's going to get into for the ladder match. I think ladder matches normally have 6 men. So I think it's 6 men. I can't remember how many minute in a ladder match. It's been a hot minute since I've seen a ladder match in a while. But yes, we're gonna see. We're gonna see how this is gonna be. Alright, y'all. So we have another Paul Heyman segment. Paul's coming to the ring and he's just like, "This is my city. I'm a New Yorker." And then he goes on saying how Division won their men's tag team championship, and he just goes on and say, Paul Heyman's riddle. So then Adam Pearce is like, "Hey, have you check your email?" Now all through the show, Adam had been telling Paul to check his emails, check your email, and Paul was like, "Yeah, whatever. I don't need to check my email. I'm a New Yorker. Really, you put our ear to the ground, listen to the street, whatever, all this nonsense." So then Adam go ahead and just tails Paul Heyman, like, that the Boston Police Department has cleared Seth Rollins of all his charges. People who do not remember, who has not seen last week's show or not heard my show, that Paul Heyman got a restraining order on Seth Rollins and got him arrested. So, yeah, so Paul is out of his mind, scared, and then Adam is like, this means that also Steph is medically cleared to wrestle again. So now Paul's eyes are bugging out of his head, and Steph Rollins ended up popping behind Paul. He hits him with the chair. Now, Paul, as long as you've been in this industry, you need to learn how to sell a chair shot better. Every time he gets hit by a chair, he just drops to the floor. He doesn't sell it as good as he should. So then Seth Rollins gets ready to try to do a curb stomp on Paul with the chair, but out of nowhere, Gunther just comes out and puts him in a headlock chokehold and makes Steph pass out. Now, why Gunther is there, I have no clue. Gunther is just a random addition. I mean, I guess because people were saying that Gunther does not have an opponent for WrestleMania, so I guess WWE just added him in there. I don't know why. This is just random. But Gunther grabbed Steph's head and pointed to the WrestleMania sign. So I guess we're having Gunther versus Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. Which it's okay. Gunther's addition doesn't make sense on this moment right here, but I guess we'll see when WrestleMania comes, or even next week if Steph comes and addresses everything. Who knows? I don't know. So, y'all, the last match of the night was Io Sky versus Raquel, and this match was okay. It was more of a bullying match for Raquel. Raquel pretty much just slung Io all over the place for a little while. Io just gonna be flying all over the ring, trying to make some space between her and Raquel because of the size difference. And as the match was going on, you have the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi. And Asuka is just dragging Kairi to the ring and trying to distract Io. But Io ended up trying to change the mind of Kairi and trying to get her to leave this abusive of Asuka just bullying her. But that ended up causing a distraction for Io, and Raquel ended up picking up the victory, which not really too surprised there. This match was, like I said, it was okay. Not really nothing too exciting to go on about. But after the match, we get word that Mr. Future Hall of Famer himself, John Cena, is going to be the host of WrestleMania this year, which I think is going to be pretty good. I know people miss him. I can't say I necessarily miss him myself, but he did play a big part in my childhood, especially in my beginning stages of watching wrestling. 'Cause at the time, because I am a 2000s baby, so Johnson has literally been on TV since I was literally almost born, pretty much. So it's pretty exciting to see him and see him still having this love for WWE, even though he is no longer a in-ring competitor. It's still good to see him sometimes, and it does bring a little bit of nostalgia to my heart to see him there. But it's gonna be really good. He's gonna do a good job hosting WrestleMania this year. I can't wait to see it. So y'all, it has been confirmed that it's going to be Gunther versus Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. And like I said, I don't know about this match. This is really random of a match. They must need some placeholders. And it was confirmed that Javon Evans, Dragon Lee, JD McDonough, I feel like I'm missing one. It's also going to be in the match for Penta's Intercontinental Championship. So that might be a good one. A couple of good high flyers. So we're going to definitely see bodies flying all over the place at WrestleMania. So, I think it's going to be good. It might be a good match. I don't know. Okay, guys, we are at the last segment of the show, and there's really wasn't much for me to talk about. Roman Reigns came out and did his acknowledge me point, and CM Punk ended up starting marching to the ring. Roman didn't even say much. That's all he said, and then him and Punk got into a brawl, started scrapping. All the security guards, Adam Pearce and all of them came out, tries to stop it, tries to intervene, but that didn't even work. And Punk ended up getting his revenge on Roman by hitting him with the go to sleep, and then also power bombing him into the announce table. Once again, the announce tables are getting assaulted every single week. I mean, I think it's been every single show for the past month that the announce tables has been assaulted. So that was it. That was it for the show. Like I said, they didn't say anything. There was no words. It was just CM Punk getting his revenge on Roman from going through the announce table, and that was the rest of the show. And all in all, I'm going to give this show I'll give it like a 6 out of 10. This show this week for Monday Night Raw, it was okay. The best moment of the show, Obafemi and Brock Lesnar. The only good part about the show, because you had to get Papa H out there. Papa H had to get out there and stop this before it got anything out of hand. And then also the second moment was Stephanie, her coming out to Cody. Once again, random moment. And I'll say the match of the night for me was definitely the Usos and the Vision. Was the first match of the show, was probably the best for me. In all, that was Monday Night Raw. So thank you guys for watching and hanging out with me and enjoying my reviews or my takes or my future takes of what could happen within the next couple weeks, because we are literally less than 20 days away for WrestleMania. And again, I will give my review on WrestleMania both nights. Not really sure if I'm going to do the pre-shows before the actual WrestleMania starts. I'm not really sure. I'm going to have to think about it, because I'm not really a big pre-show person. So I guess we'll see within the next couple weeks if it's worth watching or getting into. Probably not, but we'll see. But once again, thank you for watching. Thank you for liking and subscribing. I saw that I have a new subscriber, so thank you to the new subscriber. I'm excited that you enjoy my content, and I thank you. And also, people who have been liking the videos, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. But make sure y'all love one another, be blessed, and mental health matters. Bye.